All right, we're live, guys. This is Indy Talk with Jesse and Jaren.
And this is Fresh and Lena's Banging Podcast, yo. It's Fresh and Lena's Banging Podcast. What? It's Fresh and Lena's Banging Podcast. That's right. It's your boys, So Fresh. And my co-host, who's missing her cue right now.
The music threw me off. It always does. But
That was it. I mean, do the music every time.
That was the Thomas the Train soundtrack. What was it?
Yo, that's a banger.
Yeah.
It is. Thank
you
you.
know what? I like it.
I made that song when I was 14.
Oh, yes.
You made the Thomas and Tank Engine soundtrack.
That's not
Fresh?
Thomas the Tank Engine song.
You sure?
Yeah.
Theater. All right. So yeah, fans, this is the first ever. This is the first ever duo podcast with the two of us, and we're doing I think, well, technically for us, it'll be our second face-off show. For Fresh and Lena, will be their first, I believe. Decided to try something different. Always coming out with big announcements on our half. So we got the face-off between the System and Brian Sager. As you all know, they've been feuding for over a year now. They got their match tomorrow at the MAW Women and Nations Grand Slam 4. And we're gonna get the inside scoop tonight. So let's just start off with a good beginner question. How did this all start, guys? We'll have one of you guys go first and describe your half.
Well, if I had to say, I think it all goes back to when someone just can't get someone's name right.
Oh.
Bro, I called that. Wow. I had a feeling that had something to do with it. Ooh.
So, you shrug it off, and you put a smile on your face, you keep moving forward and keep doing your job. But eventually, and when you continuously keep doing it, it obviously is going to get under your skin eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
understandable.
We've all used since childhood.
Now, System, I gotta ask, do you know this man's name?
I called him Craig on March 5th or March 8th, my birthday of 2018 or 2019. Whenever I faced Jerry Ulricher that one time at that Savage show. And I made him ever since.
Wow.
Big words.
that's so.
So it all started with the infamous name that is it's gone. I think it's gone around just a little bit over. I guess I didn't even know it was 4 years ish. So that's definitely a big part. I always knew. Some told me the story. I just never knew when it started. So that's how did you, Sager? How did you initially feel when you just came up with the name?
Whatever.
Just whatever. Yeah.
I've been called worse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do you feel about the fact that he just said he made you? That's kind of an issue.
Well, it's a good issue.
I mean, what was he doing beside that?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What was I doing?
Being the commissioner of MAW.
Giving you a job.
Yeah, that is true. Get paychecks.
I get paychecks?
I hope there's some money in those envelopes for you.
Well, you got to be
This is a
getting
cash-only business, Jared.
Well, no, from a little bit. Well, you
Money
got
and
that
miles.
I don't know.
Money and miles.
Sager's making stuff up already.
I don't think I've ever stiffed you on a payday.
Yeah, MAW would never not pay their talent.
Never ever.
Can't take this.
It sounds like a backhanded statement.
You want to continue, system, or should I?
Well, I guess so. You say it started when I called you Craig, March 8th, 2019. If we need to put a date on it.
Fascinated you remember the date.
I remember a lot of things.
What else do you remember?
We could say that it started then. But I could say that maybe it started then. Maybe the high level of this is that, you know, every single boy and gal in this locker room and other locker rooms around the independent scene, when they look at MAW, they've seen, you know, a promotion that started back in around 2017, 2018. And since then, they've gained business partners and other sorts of types of partners, and they've expanded and they've grown, and, you know, they've caused a lot of attention. And the theme across many of the wrestlers and beyond, the fan base and beyond, is that there's certain people causing the growth of MAW, and then there's some sort of legacy management that's sort of holding them back. And while there really isn't anything riding on the line at Grand Slam floor, that what's on the poster is that this is a grudge match. And so while we can't really write what really should be righted with MAW, I can at least beat the crap out of you. So I'm sure that this has been portrayed by Chow and a lot of the other guys is, you know, like that you're taking down the big bad system, coming out with the devil and everything. But, you know, believe me, from a lot of the boys in the back and everything, you know, a lot of us don't see it that way.
Is that how you see it? That's not how I see it.
No, I just made all that up. I'm sorry. I just made all that up. I'm sorry.
That's not how I see it at all. If you want to talk about what the boys in the back and what they think. They saw someone take shortcuts and underdealings to get ahead. And I would tell the boys in the back, you know, he'll learn his lesson eventually. He'll finally wise up and he'll learn that he doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to take shortcuts. He doesn't need anybody's help. I've tried telling you that to your face, that you don't need to do that. But obviously my words aren't getting through to you. So if I can't talk some sense into you, maybe I could beat some sense into you. You seem to have this thing that you think I'm afraid. I'm not afraid. I've been beat up. But you know what? I get back up and I keep going. So in order for you to come out tomorrow at Grand Slam on top, you're going to have to beat me down. And you're going to have to keep me down. But I'm not going to stay down. I'm going to keep coming. Until I get it through to you.
Okay. Hey, Fresh. Has Sager ever come at you and your tactics?
I don't want
with this sort of thing. Answer the question, Fresh.
Answer the question.
Has he? Fresh, have you? Okay, be 100% with me. Have you? And it doesn't even have to be you. Have you or somebody associated with you or somebody you've faced against in MAW cheated to win? Something while the ref wasn't looking, like, and it wasn't right, but it happened while the ref wasn't looking, and it caused either you or somebody else to win.
I mean, I'm not going to say instances like that haven't happened before, because referees, they don't see everything that happens in a match. But that has happened.
So it has happened.
It has happened.
Has Sager ever talked to you about stuff like that?
Briefly, just little reminders. But he hasn't targeted me like the way he's targeted you.
Do you feel targeted?
I feel like the system has been targeted by Mr. Sager. There's a
do you
reason why
feel
this
like
match
that's
is
true?
happening. Who made the match?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Okay,
And,
now why would
There's
there
only
be a
one
target?
person who had the power to make.
Well, it got to a point where I believe I requested the match. And if it
So-
were up to me, a lot more would be on the line. If it were up to me, this match would be for your general manager position and getting you kick the heck out of it. But we know you would never do that. So it'll still be nice. It'll still be nice getting in the ring with them.
True.
Mm.
I say it should be for Mr. Sager's career, and Coda Jacobs should be the replacement.
Well, let's start here by allowing Mr. Sager to defend himself. Like, do you feel like you have personally targeted the system?
I don't think I personally targeted the system. I think I personally targeted the MAW championship and the way it was being tarnished by blatant interference, outside use of illegal weapons. And again, it just goes to, I keep telling him, doesn't need to do that.
That's fair.
There's your soundbite, Jaron. I targeted the MAW championship. How does it know fresh knowing you won't be MAW champion unless Sager picks you?
Plead the fifth.
Well, I mean, within the Midwest, the MAW championship is one of the most prestigious prizes out there. And obviously the commissioner wants to protect it and keep its value. And it just seems that it wasn't. He said during podcasts he liked you as the system. He didn't like how you were using the title. So I'm sure if you used the title in another way, maybe it could have turned out better.
To be fair, though, while you're on top, wouldn't you do anything you can to stay on top? I just think that's the smart thing to do as a champion.
Then you always have that asterisk right next to it. And you're always going to have people saying, well, if he didn't have that, or if he did that, or if he didn't have those guys, is that how you want your legacy to be?
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to protect the system's legacy.
Yeah, so in a way you're helping him, but do you feel like he's receiving the help?
No, I don't feel he was receiving.
Okay.
He seems dead set in his ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And speaking of another person that's been a big part of this, I believe over a year now too, Systems buddy, personal photographer, Johnny Oxbow. He's actually in the comments. He claims that he and the system never cheated once, but he has been with the system. Well, you've claimed that, or Sager, that you've claimed that system has cheated. Oxbow's always been there with system during those occasions. What are your thoughts on just or what are your thoughts on just Oxbow and being a part of this?
Just another one of his lackeys that he doesn't need.
Oh boy.
So if I'm understanding,
we don't need
right,
Chavo.
We need Chavo.
well,
Chavo got nothing to do with it.
Chavo holds a camera too.
well, so if I may interject here,
Chavo does a much better job.
Lena, you were saying?
I was saying, if I may interject, so you feel like System is more than capable of doing this on his own, being
Absolutely.
champion and everything on his own without any shenanigans.
Absolutely.
So you believe in him?
Yeah, I certainly do.
So in a way, this
Part of me
match for
sees
you,
part of me
yourself.
sees myself in him a little bit.
Okay,
A little bit.
so you've been there.
That's
Absolutely.
disgusting.
Yeah. So are you saying
What's disgusting about it?
done some of those things that system has done, changed your ways throughout your path of being a wrestler or even commissioner?
Well, just I see the talent. I recognize I call a spade when I see one.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. Lena, do you want to look through the comments and see what they're all talking about?
I can give you 1 second.
Okay.
But first, I do want to make a statement, just a free thought. This match is essentially not you trying to necessarily hurt the system. It's you trying to humble him.
Correct.
Okay. Like, do you feel like that's necessary?
It's gotten to the point where, yes, I do think it's necessary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, champions should have some sort of bravado, but you feel like it's grown past that.
Absolutely.
Okay. First, do you mind looking through the comments for me? I'm having some technical difficulties.
I can do that. No problemo.
Yeah. I know it says we got 25 comments. They're all everyone's chipping in. We got 12 people on here right now. They joined as soon as we went live. They definitely want to see where this all started and where it's going.
Sweet. Brandon Herrera says, I hope you break the system, Brian.
I don't want to break the system. I want to reboot it.
Wow.
Okay.
This sounds like nothing but love. I know that sounds weird, but it seems like it comes from a place of care.
So love, hate.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's obvious that system doesn't see it as a love scenario, but it seems like it comes from a place of concern.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can only say something so much to somebody. So
yeah. So like a mentorship, you're trying to kind of mentor, help the system get back to a better way of being a wrestler and presenting themselves.
More so a champion, I would say.
Or champion. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because we can't deny that he is a talented wrestler. I don't feel like that's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think this comes from a place of love. I think it comes from a place of jealousy, honestly. Mr. Sager, I know you said you see a lot of yourself in the system, but I think you're honestly jealous of everything that the system has done, because the system has done everything that you couldn't do as a wrestler.
And what's that?
Win the big one and have a phenomenal championship reign.
Think you need to brush up on your history there, Fresh.
I mean, I also want to say that it's more so not about that. It's about carrying it with prestige. It's about carrying it with dignity and honor. And that's what I see. But I can be wrong. Like I said, we have these two people here to speak for themselves, But it's not wanting people to make the same mistakes you made. I've been there. So, and no one wants to see talent wasted.
I just want to go through one of my questions / just to put playback an event, or not playback. We just discuss an event. November 27th, 2021, the Mounds Theater, St. Paul, Minnesota. This is where the majority of this started. System in the gauntlet match to claim to become the new MAW champion after the whole from the COVID years. System won the gauntlet matches. He's in the corner raising the belt right by the entrance ramp. I believe you were looking right at him. about that exact moment and what you were thinking as he's holding up the belt, and I'm sure Johnny's off to the side recording.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, as you're as he's holding the title, and then you're saying the new champ, but you had a very serious look at that moment.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean to correct you on your show. It was a tournament, the championship tournament, single elimination. And the fact that he had to use underhanded tactics to win all his matches. And again, I just felt that he didn't need to do that. And I just, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get through to him that he doesn't need to do that, to do this? Is that what he wants? Is that how he wants to be remembered? The guy who won the big one, but he needed all this help to do it. And I like I said, I think he can. I know he can do it on his own.
Oh, okay. And then
can you respond to that?
What's that?
I was wondering if the system could respond to that comment that was just made.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is about, if it's about me like that. If Sager truly like loved me, if he wants to like humble me, but this is coming from like a place of love, you know, you shouldn't like just love me, Craig. You shouldn't see yourself like just inside me, you weirdo. You know, MAW has, you know, more than just one wrestler on the roster. And, you know, spending all this time, you know, coming after things like this, like me, with the title that you have, a lot of these statements that you're making are statements that a fan has every right to make. And you're the one making them. And you're the head of this entire ship. And so you emotionally don't like the way some things go down in some matches. It's particularly mine. And I guess because it is the championship. Sure. But, you know, the most productive way we can like treat this time, you guys, is, you know, we all really care about MAW. This is like our best opportunity for like the Midwest to like put some eyes on people. And the guy running the ship is too busy. You know, he has these ideas in his head. He's trying to humble me. I think we all know this is really just his conniving way of getting himself on the biggest show of the year, making this all about him, getting one last big bootleg drop in somehow, some way, which it'll never happen. But we have two outstanding up and coming Academy graduates on this podcast. We got 10 more of them coming up, 10 that are in the same boat as Lena and Fresh, that have just started in MAW, that, you know, could use some love. They need eyeballs, not specifically from you, Craig, but instead of using all of your time trying to make sure that your championship matches go, you know, 0-1-0-0, like completely right, that, you know, I'm trying to get Chavo paid. I'm trying to get more people filming our stuff. This is why we do Jared's podcasts. This is why you guys are doing a co-podcast. You know, the community that's watching us right now, like, we don't need to insult their intelligence. They know us. They probably train with us. They know our stuff. They've watched it, or they know a little bit of it. There's no need to come on here and be like, oh, let's start this off from scratch. Like, they're a fan. Like, we probably know all these people who are watching us. And I think we should like respect them by, like, you know, letting them know they're getting in at the ground floor, and that we should be trying to build for something bigger here. Because there's a lot of people coming in that are going to deserve to be showcased, and a lot of people already on MAW that deserve to be showcased. And the fact that Sager's spending all of his time politicking to get a spot at a Grand Slam and trying to make an example out of me and taking away a title from what should be the real champion, it's bullshit. it's absolutely bullshit, and it's small indie bullshit, like fans running a promotion type bullshit, that MAW deserves to be so much bigger than that. And that's just my opinion.
It's a valid opinion. But let's rewind it back. Who challenged who?
This one doesn't work. I can only hear that this one.
I don't know. But when someone challenges you, you accept.
No backing down. Wow.
When I was general manager of the American Wrestling Federation, I used that to get myself in as many segments as possible with every single person on the card, so that they would have content that they're put off on the AWF page, not just everybody having to chase down their content, have to post it on their own personal pages. That doesn't do them any favors.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier having somebody in that position with that control to be like, okay, hey, what are we doing? Let's do this. Let's get you exposure. Let's get you exposure. Let's get you exposure. There's only so many people with that power. And that's MAW management. That's you. And so you got, and so it's, you know, the lower card guys need that the most. And you've obviously spent all of your time just trying to F me over. And that's not the way how I ran things. And that's just my opinion. But, you know, the responses I've heard from you, like, those are completely valid responses for a fan. For somebody trying to build a business, for someone who wants to call themselves 1/3 owner of a company, you know, how much money have you put into MAW, Craig?
More than I should have. More than I could have.
You want to get a return on that? What's your goal with that?
The goal is just to, what I've said before, is to give you guys a stage. I may have not have put as much money in as everybody else. I think I put enough time. And my time to me is more important than any dollar amount. I'm always there listening to your guys' ideas, your opinions, your satisfactions, your dissatisfactions, your complaints. And I've tried to tell you guys, like, it's all going to work out in the long run. It's all going to be good. You guys got creative ideas. I want to hear them. Will I agree with every single one of them? No. But I believe that I'm have a more open ear than most. I've always said it, and I'll say it again. My door is always open. Anybody that wants to talk, anybody's got a problem,
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a valid opinion and argument right there. So, yeah. Just backtracking a little bit. I know you guys were talking about how the boys in the back viewed this. So, anybody in the comments, how do you feel about like the system's tactics or Sager's way of running the MAW? Just give your input, so we're getting outside input on this. So, and I know Leonard Literacy, he was popping in the chat. He's been this for a while. I believe 04. He's definitely seen where this has gone, just how wrestling has gone. I'm sure he says me versus a system was okay until my friends turned on me. So he's definitely got input. He definitely knows what's going on. If anybody else has got anything to add, so we can think about that, or so the two of you guys think about as well. So yeah.
Oh, we do got Johnny Oxbow in the comments section saying that Craig is a tyrant. All of his accusations are false accusations, and I agree with that 100%, Johnny. My guy.
Can you elaborate, Fresh?
Elaborate on what?
How you agree with that?
Oh, I mean, I will bring this right back to high stakes when it was when it was the System versus Paul Verk for the MAW Heavyweight Championship. The System won that match fair and square. The referee counted 1, 2, 3, and the bell rang, and it said, "Winner and still MAW champion, the System," which means Paul Verk must leave MAW forever. That was the official decision. But Mr. Sager, you went out there and you reversed it. You made the match continue.
Dude.
Why?
Because it wasn't fair and square, Fresh.
Can you elaborate?
And I'm not going to let somebody take away someone's livelihood in that kind of manner.
But the referee's decision's final, Mr. Sager.
I had to flex my creative control there a little bit, didn't I?
System, what are your
How do you feel
thoughts on
about
that?
Justin? Yeah.
If he was going to win, I wanted him to do it without any outside interference, without any outside shenanigans, hitting anybody with the championship belt. No. If he was going to end this man's career, he was going to do it by the book, fair and square.
System, can I get your thoughts on that? What was going through your mind when Mr. Sager went out there and made the match continue?
I think he made it clear that he hates me and spat at me.
Yeah,
With
it really
time,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what my feelings or opinions are on that matter. I don't have the creative control to do anything about it. So what's the point?
You feel screwed?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Do you feel screwed?
I'm really against like victim mentality. That's why I try to keep bringing this back to what's the most productive way that we can use this format here instead of regurgitating the shows and you know what Craig's done to me. We know what Craig's done to me. How do you guys feel about it? I mean, there's probably, you guys know what's at play, but I'm just coming from a place of how can we grow? How can we actually make something productive here?
Okay. Well,
and that wasn't for you, because we know your thoughts and we know your motives. But anybody that's in the chat, like I said, these are not just fans. This is the comments in this comment section here. We got Leonard Legacy in the chat. We got, that boy Johnny Oxbow. Why don't we ask, like, what does Johnny Oxbow want? How can we get Johnny Oxbow a more prominent role? That's away from me. You don't like him cheating? How can we get him more involved in the show that keeps him too busy to maybe not just be filming me? He's obviously a very good hand at filming just me. Maybe he can film other people and do other things. Pro wrestlers, we're very vain, we're very egotistical. You like being filmed, right, Craig? How can we incentivize him to come to more shows and put out more content and grow Midwest All-Star Wrestling?
Like I said, the door is always open.
Okay. Yeah. Look at the comments. Levi Leopard says, I think Brian Sager is making a point. So Levi agrees with Sager's thoughts on this. So that's
now System. Sorry, piggybacking off of that, Bullet Bronson just commented, I'm still trying to get in with MAW.
Well, then you should do what Levi just did. Agree with whatever Craig says.
Is that really
it's a great route? Great route you took, Levi. I respect that.
Leonard Literacy now commented, I mean, on Sager's behalf, Sager has given you more than enough opportunities with last year's Grand Slam, fighting legends and all, like Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
If he's implying that I don't deserve, I never deserved that match in the first place, you know,
I'm implying
who
that.
knows? He could
No.
be right on that.
You drew me a hell of a
We're all
house.
very grateful to be gifted anything.
You did great. You did great.
Mhm.
I'll say I stood up for a lot of people in this organization. I gave up a lot to be here. The fact that I've been treated
Yes, you did.
like this to this point. I'm not a victim. Like Lena, feelings are feelings, but I try to like stay away from a victim mentality as much as I can, just from a productive standpoint of it. Like it's how I'll go farther. I mean, it's you can never avoid your feelings, but like Mr. Hustle, loyalty, and respect just regurgitated 5 minutes ago, you gotta just try to focus on what's important.
Yeah,
That's fair.
definitely. Literally season, even with Sager having issues with you, he gives you opportunities. Yeah, which we're kind of saying. So, yeah.
Well, a lot of people want that MAW championship.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you'll probably get your rematch either.
Yeah. Even if he changes his ways, or if he doesn't, then nothing happens.
We'll see after tomorrow.
Okay.
If he still has a problem with me, he can come to me and we can talk.
Yeah. Chavo, yeah, we are recording this, by the way, so just answering his question. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. Systems had opportunities. Sager's gotten in the way of those opportunities a few times, but just from I guess through footage. But I mean, like Sager was saying, he has his way of trying to make the company better, and system, you got your way of making the company better. And you are definitely, as the system, drawing in people. So I mean that definitely is a good thing. I can't disagree with that.
Well, hey man, this is independent wrestling. We're all here because we love it, and we're trying to put something together to do it. And MAW, like I said, this is our best chance right now, and that's not because of the letters, it's because of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to do right by the right people, and try and steer that the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it is about people, MAW is the name that was stamped across the academy when it reopened back up.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one that's stamped across the ring that's used at the establishment when we run the tapings.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of intertwining things. So this is independent wrestling, but MAW is intertwined with a lot of this, and they're growing, and that's why we're here, and we're trying to make it better. And to this point, this isn't just my opinion. I'm just like regurgitating what I hear. There's certain management holding us back. And that's not just from me, Craig. That's not me saying that to you. That's just me regurgitating what I've heard. And I can't do nothing about it, but I can beat the hell out of you at Grand Slam 4.
Oh. So you're saying at Grand Slam 4, this could resolve issues between you, or this match will just let it all out of your.
This is independent wrestling. This is independent wrestling. We're doing this out of passion.
Yeah. It is, yeah, it definitely is passion from
this fight is gonna resolve everything. It's independent wrestling.
Mhm. Yeah.
Afterwards, do you think that you guys would be able to talk? I mean, or will things be like, will there be a lot of tension?
Yeah, Craig, will you still talk to me when I beat you?
You beat me.
Are you gonna fight me? Are you gonna fire me?
Oh, I'm gonna fight you though. I'm gonna fight you. Not gonna fire
No, but
you.
when I beat
I
you,
had that
but when I
opportunity.
beat you,
I
are you still gonna talk to
I
me?
didn't do it. If you remember that.
Are you still gonna talk to me?
Oh, I'm gonna talk to you. All right. I'll still be your boss.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does this affect systems chances in the future for championship opportunities and opportunities in general? Like the outcome of the match?
No.
Okay.
So no matter how he wins, it won't affect his scheduling or booking with the MAW. No. Okay.
He's gonna go in there and he's gonna do what he's got to do. I know what I have to do,
Mhm.
regardless of who comes out on top tomorrow.
Mhm.
He'll still have a job.
Yeah.
He'll still be with MAW.
Mhm. Okay.
But how he wins, he'll have to live with.
This is independent wrestling.
Yeah.
It is.
Are you concerned that system may win in a fashion that you were not, that you don't agree with?
I wouldn't hold it past him.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're prepared for anything.
I feel like I've seen everything. So
Mhm.
You've been hitting the gym a lot, man. You've been putting in this work.
because I know what I'm going up against.
Mhm. Yeah.
And
I knew
have,
accepting a challenge from someone who was a former MAW champion has shown signs that he can and is capable of doing it on his own. I have to be prepared. I have to be ready.
Yeah. And system, I'm sure you've been preparing. I mean, I would say maybe this was a different preparation process, given that Sager hasn't wrestled in given how many years was it again, Sager? 6 years. Okay. So this is definitely a different challenge. Yeah, you know him as the commissioner, but 6 years out of wrestling, that is a lot to think about. And just thinking about how much this match means to both of you, the Midwest, MAW, and I mean the fans as well. They're obviously the ones paying for it to see how it all goes down. So yeah. And well, it's Jesse. Bullet Bronson says system is a tough opponent, and yeah, we can definitely all agree that he is a tough opponent. Just his style, how he comes to the ring, and this. I mean, he's been doing it for a while. He definitely knows what he's doing. So good comment
Yeah, he
there.
does. System's
Bronson.
awesome. System's my best friend. We're going to Canes together, right, bro?
Okay.
Someday.
Yeah.
Someday.
We'll make
Someday
it.
we'll get
We'll
there.
make it there.
Okay. Fair enough. Shameless plug.
Enjoy the
We've been trying to
Canadian combo.
we've been trying to get to Canes for 3 months, man. We're gonna get there one day.
Well, let's get to the bottom of this feud, if you can call it that first.
Yeah. I mean, we've obviously it's I mean, it started with the Craig system winning the title. And then there's obviously a lot of stuff in between with me. Both of you guys represented MAW in March at the DPW event where System you and Rampage went to the full limit. And when we had Sager on the show, he definitely agreed that it was a good match. You guys both put in your efforts, but I mean, there were some tactics there at the end as well, which obviously this kind of all circles back to the tactics and MAW and the representation. So, yeah. I guess how was it? Well, I know system. You said we all know how this happened, but like, do you have any memories of PW and how that all went down?
DPW, you said?
Yeah, Discover Pro.
You're talking about my match with Rampage?
Yeah.
That was a good event. It was a good event. Eric Nordrum. Sometimes he's a lot to put up with, but there's a reason we both put up with him. Because you see the content out there. It's got thousands of views.
Yeah.
We took a pay cut for him, but you see the quality of the stuff he made. So very smart of BZW to partner up with him, do a champion versus champion. I think they got a card coming up. We put that together. And no, it's good business. It goes back to my point, people with a camera in their hand that know what they're doing and they have the right intentions. Those are valuable. They're very valuable. And for Craig to come on here and to call Johnny Oxbow, the things he's called him, and show the way that he views him just because he's associated with me. Chavo's associated with me, right? They asked me, who's this Chavo guy? Should we bring him aboard to do the content? And that's not me like saying I made Chavo or nothing. I was like, absolutely, we need him.
Chavo's
Are you going to
works.
disown him now that you know that he came in through me?
No, not at all.
Are you sure? Because that's kind of that's like different.
110% sure.
All right. But yeah, DPW is dope. They should bring me back up. I think I'm free that day. Zach, Nick, Eric. If y'all want the system on that show. No, just kidding.
There you go.
I just want people. We're all in this business because we were living a shitty life at one point, but we were really into wrestling and we really loved some characters in wrestling, and we connected with them, maybe not through the visceral body slams and punches, partly because of that, but also partly because they were feeling themselves. They were doing a character and there was something that clicked there. And what I fear with MAW is many of these wrestlers are going through the motions because they're being told what to do, and they have no real control or push in the way their narrative goes. And we can have management that stands here and says that their door is open, but at the end of the day, that's all lip service. I try to judge people by their actions. Of course, I listen to their words because that's also technically a part of their actions. But after a couple of years, you kind of get a portfolio and you see what's going on and how people conduct their business. And at the end of the day, that's all just my opinion. And at the end of the day, I'm not a victim. I'm going to try and do my best. I'm going to try and win that MAW championship back. This is independent wrestling. I'm just trying to put myself on the best platform, help out as many of the Academy peeps as I can, get in front of the best stages I can, try and help myself out. And I made it. Man. I got to Grand Slam 4 and I'm facing the great Hollywood. Bruh. No.
Now, if I may interject,
I'll be facing Hollywood.
So system, you brought up the fact that, this is the audience that we're streaming to right now. They're not just fans. They're people that know us personally. They're people who are in the business. You brought up how people with a camera in their hand are valuable. If it's okay, I would like to change the subject and stop talking about your guys' match. And I would like your guys' opinions on how you feel the Warriors tapings have been going so far, especially the last one we did last Sunday. Because, like you said, MAW, what we have with Warriors now, we have something special now with Warriors. We have a great team together now that are making sure Warriors gets off the ground. Can I get your guys' opinion on that?
I thought it went great. I thought morale was very high. You know, it was nice to see everyone kind of helping each other out. No one had any alternative motives, and everybody was just, you know, ready to put their best foot forward and do the best they could. You know, and everyone went out and worked very hard. Like it was awesome. I thought it was awesome. It made me very happy and reminded me why I decided to do this in the first place.
Definitely. I think the only one that didn't have ulterior motives was maybe Michael Myers, but other than that, I think it went pretty good.
I was gonna say,
why do you gotta bring? Why you gotta, bro? Like I don't.
Well, I brought it up, but you glossed over it. But it is what.
Yeah. But
don't worry, I won't.
I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about it, right?
Oh.
I know you want to.
How did Michael Myers get in the building? By the way,
I told you it was not my fault.
It was Halloween.
Where was security?
Someone was security.
Have a serial killer targeting awesome Hollywood actors.
Well, Fresh hates holidays, and he told me he's also willing to challenge Santa if he wants it. So, yeah.
Bullet Bronson says system needs to make sure that make sure that he says this is independent wrestling. Oh.
And with Warriors, this is independent wrestling. We got a great team.
I mean, I had a blast personally.
Yeah, it's from footage that I saw. It seemed really fun. Just seems like a good atmosphere and good crowd there. And
I'm excited for November 20th when MAW Warriors returns to the Element for their next YouTube taping. My apologies.
Hopefully, you won't get attacked this time, right?
Dude, I swear, if the gobbledygooker shows up on November 20th, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'm just asking, where was Tank?
I'm pretty sure
Tank got to be at the hip at the next one.
Yeah, no, Tank is gonna
get Tank like a kangaroo pouch to put you in.
Honestly,
yeah,
don't leave.
I'll feel safe.
You can be carried around by Richard Powers.
Like me and Richard Powers could both fit in Tank's kangaroo pouch.
So Fresh, I have to ask you a question.
Yes.
So I watched Warriors. I have to ask, what is it that Tank is talking to you about? Or what was his big idea?
Oh man, we played a game of chess.
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 Can I follow up that? Did you guys end up having the courage to actually ask him?
Nope.
Okay. Sorry.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Good.
You think I'm gonna question Tank Dawson?
Okay, so no one's gonna bring it up. No one's gonna bring up the.
I don't want to talk about this.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna get you beat up, so we can move past it.
What about you guys? Let's take it off us for a little bit. How about you two? What are you guys' thoughts? You guys are in the battle royal. Big stakes.
Oh man.
Tell everybody that's watching right now what's going on. How you feeling about this?
Yeah, on a real note, I'm excited for this. This is my first ever battle royal, so I'm excited to be in there, and hopefully, I'm going to fight as long as I can, as long as I'm.
You've never done a battle royal before, Fresh?
I was about to say the same thing. You never done a battle royal?
I've done one Royal Rumble, and that was recent. That was actually last month. I did a Royal Rumble for RCCW. But other than that, no, haven't done it about a Royal or Royal Rumble.
Well, what's the cause? Fresh?
The cause of what?
No, like what's the cause? What's the Women of
The
Nations?
cause.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So this battle
Okay.
royal, the winner will get the Grand Slam championship, and it's gonna be me. Hopefully, I'm
Okay.
gonna fight as hard as like usually. See, I'm like you're getting the real deal right now. You're not gonna get So Fresh, the character who's gonna come on here being all cocky, saying that he's gonna win, saying that he's gonna eliminate Mitch Paradise. Saying no. On a real note, like I'm excited for this battle royal. I'm ready to showcase what I've got to offer. And hopefully I have the time in the ring to be able to do that, to actually, try to win. Lena, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, well, I've personally never been in a battle royal. And
You want to tag team it? We can win together.
I'll think about that. First of all, I've seen how you treat your
I
friends.
mean, there's nothing to think about. You're wearing a So Fresh t-shirt. I like the shirt.
Yeah, but like,
Make
that's
sure to get
because I
your So
support
Fresh
you.
t-shirt.
I support you.
$25.
However, I support you. However, I'm not in support of a lot of things you do. So I don't know. But I'm excited, more than excited, to be a part of this. It's an honor, honestly, to be one of, I do believe, 3 women involved in a battle royal. So it's going to be an uphill battle for us, but I feel like we're capable of doing it and then some.
So, Lena,
yeah,
you
it's
talk
gonna
about
be fun.
you're one of the 3. Who are the other 2?
I do believe it is Leslie La Muñeca, and I forgot. I'm blanking on the other name. I'm sorry about that, but
Get it up.
Might have forgot the name too.
sorry. Yeah, no, I forgot the other one. Because I'm a little nervous to be stepping in the ring with a bunch of men who, some of which I know and some of which I don't. So, I don't have a strategy. My strategy is to wear my heart on my sleeve and fight like a warrior. So.
Yeah.
So, what happens if it just so happens to come down to you 2 in the end?
She's
Me
going
and
over.
Fresh.
You and Fresh. Final 2. How does
Well, I
this
do
play out?
believe. Well, if I'm being honest, I do believe the rules state that I am impervious. So, Fresh, it's you. You're going out.
The rules say I cannot hit you. It does not say I cannot grab you over the rope.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Hitting and grabbing and all of that, there's a thin line. There's a very thin line. But I can hit you, and I promise to do so. And I will spear you through the mat. And then I will pick you up, and I will toss your tiny ass right over the top without hesitation.
That's only for the final 2, right?
That's only for the final 2. Wink.
Okay, cool. I was about to say.
Because I'm a competitor before I'm anything. I'm a competitor before I'm anything. I'm a competitor before I'm a woman. So remember that.
So this isn't going to be every man or woman for her or himself or herself?
Yeah.
Will we see an alliance?
Yes.
There are fair, like, System brought this up earlier, is that there are a fair amount of people who are from the academy who I know. And some of them have flavor. Some of them don't. Some of them are Icaruses. Some of them aren't. Some of them are tanks. And there might be some alliances. I know some people. But let's see. Let's see if any of your friends will choose you over me. No. See, the problem I have is that video you posted earlier.
I can guarantee Richard Powers got my back.
Yeah.
Richard Powers has my back. I know that.
You got
Tank Dawson has my back. I know that. Why? Because I got Tank's back.
Don't worry. I also have his back.
I'll tell you my strategy right now. Right now,
I don't need your. I don't need.
It's gonna be me and Richard.
I just need you to close your eyes and pray.
And Tank's gonna protect us.
I don't need your strategy. I think you close your eyes and pray.
So Fresh, you're banking on Tank protecting.
Did I say that? No. He's just gonna make sure I'm safe. That's what I pay him for.
Because I think he has his eye on a certain Mitch Paradise. So How do you think that's going to play?
So do
out
I.
for
We
you?
have the common enemy. We have
That's
a common
great.
enemy.
So while you're distracted, I'll hit you from behind, toss you over, and make sure you don't win. You see how that works?
I thought we were a team, Lena.
There, all is fair in love and war, my guy. I'm sorry. And when I come back here
Interesting.
to the podcast with some gold, we'll know who's the better of the team.
Oh.
And now, if we both come back losers, I might quit the podcast. No, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
That is a possibility. We might both come back losers, but that's not going to happen.
Hey,
Because
I feel like everybody wins in a situation where, you're raising awareness. So that matters most of all.
you know who the
it's
true winner
paramount
is?
to anything.
The fans.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the women of the nation, I'm being honest, like not enough attention is brought to certain things. And I am really appreciative of this being something that we can collab with. So win, lose, or draw, I feel like bringing awareness is one thing that we can do as wrestlers and as people in general.
Yeah.
Fourth year working together with this organization.
That
Do
is
you mind
great,
explaining more about the organization, just for the people who don't know?
Well, Women in Nations is an organization that helps support women who've suffered through domestic violence and such. I'm not going to go too much into it because of my own personal history with abuse and such like that. But it's just a great cause with and David Amitrano, before he came on, came to us to collaborate on this big event and turned into, and it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like, well, what if we did this, or what if we did that, what if we brought them in, what if we and what can we, like, we wanted it to feel like it sounds a cliche, but we wanted it to be like a Super Bowl of wrestling in the area, indie wrestling in that people could come to and meet some people that they used to love to watch on TV a lot when they were a kid. I mean, we're gonna have Diamond Dallas Page there this tomorrow.
I'm excited.
And speaking as a fan, that's exciting. Demolition Act and Smash are gonna be there tomorrow. Tito Santana, and I had the honor of sharing a locker room with Tito. That dude's got stories for days. So I highly recommend that if you guys get an opportunity to talk to these guys and hear these stories, it's just going to make your fondness for professional wrestling that much even greater. It's just fun to hear these stories, these road stories and such like that. And it's going to be awesome. Just, and like I said, with our first Grand Slam, I had no idea that they'd want us again next year. And then after COVID hit, which was rough, and I honestly thought we were going to close our doors when COVID hit, because we were projected to do so good, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, can't do this, can't go out, stay inside. And to me personally, it felt like all the hard work was almost all for naught. But here we are now, Grand Slam 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm more than excited. I couldn't be more honored. Honestly, it is really a cause I do believe in. I also have my own backstory as well, so I am incredibly honored to be a part of this. So,
one more thing about the Battle Royal system. Do you get any advice to these two for being in the Battle Royal?
Mostly me.
Find a partner, especially at the beginning when there's 30
Lena,
or 40
partners.
people in the same ring together. You don't want to pair up with somebody random. There's going to be a couple people in there that are going to have the mentality of, first of all, there's going to be a lot of people in there where it's their first time at MAW, maybe even their first time in the ring. and they're gonna go 150% on their strikes, on their kicks. They're gonna be taking a lot of space. They're gonna be trying to do a lot of damage early, and find a partner, pair up, and stay the hell away from those people because they'll hurt themselves being in that chaos within the first couple of minutes. So find a partner.
Do you think that
So
if I teamed up with Fresh, he would turn on me immediately?
I mean, yeah, of course, because like there can only be one. There can only be one winner. I'm saying like, but when you start off, because this isn't going to be like a Royal Rumble like it was last year, correct, Craig? This is going to be everybody starts in the ring at the same time.
As
Or
of right
may it-
now, yeah, I have it. Everyone's
So
starting in the ring.
we're talking 20, 30 people all in the ring to start at the same time. It's going to be very clogged in there.
Mhm.
Very unsafe if you don't know what you're doing. And there's going to be a lot of people in there where it's their first time and people will get hurt. But this is pro wrestling. This is independent wrestling. You got it, Bullet. There you go, Bullet.
Somebody make a t-shirt.
Yeah, find a partner. Find a partner that'll do you well. That'll get you past like the first stage.
All right, Fresh. I'm convinced.
I
don't know, man.
try to stay out of everyone's radar the best you can too. If everyone's in there, try to fade to the
Try to
back.
duck in a corner or something.
It helps if you find a partner.
Yeah.
Important.
It helps if you hide behind a tank.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
And Richard Powers.
And Richard Powers.
Hey, Fresh, do you think there's enough room behind tank for you and me both to hide?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do you think there's enough room behind tank for you and me both to hide behind him?
Oh yeah, of course. You know Tank got you.
Well, yeah. Hopefully he can hide me and you.
You know,
And then
Tank got
he
you.
can just
Tank will
punch
take-
everybody off.
You know, all you gotta do is walk up and be like Tank, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, Lena, come hang with the bad role models."
So,
An
Lena,
honorary bad role model. Yes.
moving away from the Battle Royal, let's talk about the MAW Women's Championship a little bit.
All right.
Let's talk about Lainey Luck against Rachel Ellering.
Whew.
As a fellow female competitor, I got to ask, who do you think comes out on top on this one?
I mean, it's legacy versus luck at this point. You know what I mean? So to me, I've seen both of these women work, and I know they have really good work ethic. So I honestly can't pick. And like, but I if I had to, I would say that luck is on their side and have to go with Lainey. Like there's a reason why she's champion. And, you know, I don't feel like it's going to be stripped from her that easily. Personally, I feel like she's going to give it everything she has, but I do feel like the competition is going to be stiff. And I feel like she's going to be pushed to her limits for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So opening a can of worms here, probably, system. Your take on Paul Verk versus Coda Jacobs for the MAW Championship.
Well, obviously, whoever you think is going to win, Craig. Or, I'm sorry, whoever you want to win is going to win, Craig.
Oh.
Like I said, opening a can of worms.
What? Expose the business. Okay.
If I can say something, my eyes are still dead set on Verk.
On Verk?
Yep.
Fresh? Or you got more?
I just like it, my thoughts are the same. I don't think he's ready to let it go, and I feel like his heart is too big for him to let it go. But I could be wrong. He has a lot of fight left in him.
Jaren, Fresh?
I'm gonna have to agree with Lena on this one. Paul Verk, the guy's talented. Like he's proven to be one of the greatest champions we've had in MAW, and he's like Lena said, he's not ready to let it go. It pains me to say that. But
Yeah.
Looks like Darren's in agreement there as well.
Yeah, I would not because of previous answers, but I would have to go with Pulver, just given his ability, how he's presented himself as a champion, and he's got a lot righty on this, given that he and Dakota go way back. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say that Coda Jacobs is no slouch either, though.
I was gonna say, not to take away
Like,
from
that
Dakota
is an
at all.
OVW superstar we're talking about.
Oh yeah. We do. But
So
I just want to.
let's just run down the card here. Let's keep going.
No. Okay.
So
Dig it.
the triple threat match: Joy Jet Avalon, GPA, and Rampage Santana for the MAW Television Championship.
Oh yeah.
Thoughts, Lena? We'll start with you.
All right. I feel like the popular answer would be Rampage Santana, but I'm going to go with Joey Jet. I think it's about time. If I'm being honest, I feel like he works hard enough, and I feel like, if I'm being honest, like Rampage is young. Let's just, and he may suffer from some of the things that the young kids suffer from, and it may get in the way. And I feel like that, like, elder statesman role may take play when it comes to winning this, and Joey might take it. I'll pass it over to Fresh, see what he thinks. Sorry, no,
I'm actually going to. Oh, really? You do? I'm going to contradict that. Actually, I believe GPA has got this.
I did know that.
So
Yeah.
GPA, man, he. Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, GPA, man, he's very talented, dude. Again, he's a superstar in many other companies besides just MAW, and he's proven that he's got what it takes to win gold. I've seen him do it before, and plus, Laney Luck as the women's champion and GPA as the television champion, it just makes sense to me.
I would have to say I'm gonna stay with the champion. I think Rampage is gonna come out on top, and even though that the other two talents are big names, I think Rampage has to hold on to the title, just given that he's just recently won it. I think he's more destined to win this. Yeah.
What does System think?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I won't give you the same answer. Who I want to win would be Rampage Santana. I think he's the most talented person in that ring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything else aside. So that's who I want to win. But I saw the way Craig reacted when Fresh mentioned you know, a dual Laney Luck GPA champion. So I think it probably might be more GPA than Rampage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And just going back to the previous match, Levi, I think Dakota's gonna be over. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, you have that one.
Yeah.
All right. So we got next up Natalia Markova, Heather Reckless against Sumi Sakai and Jungle Kiona.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I honestly don't have a pick for this one. Like, this is just one I'm really interested in seeing.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm being honest.
These four women are going to beat the heck out of each other.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's for sure. That's why I'm so interested in seeing it. Darren, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know them too much, but wait, let me go to it again. Okay. I'm gonna go Heather Reckless on this. I think she's got what it is, and I've seen some of her work. She's definitely got that mean streak, the will to win. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Heather on that.
And Natalia.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
And her partner Natalia.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a part. Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah.
I can make a bold prediction. I will say that Sumi Sakai and Jungle Koyona are going to take this because of they are world traveled competitors and they have experience on different continents. I feel like that's going to play a huge factor into this match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
I feel like a lot of it comes down to experience, like a lot of matches in general. But then heart also plays a role.
Oh yeah.
That.
All right, Sierra against Julia Hart.
Oh man, that is wow.
I said heart plays a role. I guess that's funny.
What a
This
match.
one's kind of interesting for me because I remember Julia had her very first match ever with us.
Yep, I was there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm biased. I actually had to face Sierra, so like I would have to pick Sierra. If I'm being honest, because I know exactly what she's capable of, and I feel like she's capable of going beyond that. So.
Yeah, I think even though Julia Hart's big AEW superstar right now, I'm gonna say hands down Sierra right now, given her dominance throughout the Midwest and being the champion of Discover Pro. So yeah. And she's been doing a great job of representing that title too.
Yeah.
Rest, yeah.
What's that?
I was just seeing if anybody else had anything.
Like,
about you?
I was gonna
yeah.
say, like, as someone who knows Julia personally and trained with her, and like I said, I was there for her first match, like seeing how far she's grown, like in those years, especially during COVID, going to the Nightmare Factory, making it to AEW, like being with the House of Black now, man, like Sierra is very, very talented. Like Sierra knocks it out of the park every single time she steps out of the curtain, but I'm gonna have to go with Julia Hart on this one.
Have you taken elbow from Sierra? I mean,
I'm not. So it's just my bold prediction. System, can I get your bold prediction, please?
So I got Sumiya Sakai and Jungle Koyona in that match. Thank you guys for asking.
Yeah.
I did.
Because I'll tell this: I'm a big Natalia Markova fan. That's one of Real Drago's trainers, and Real Drago has made huge leaps and bounds over the last year.
Yeah, he has.
But I believe MAW management has had to flip this team. I think they only had to flip it once, but they've got a girl from Florida teaming with a girl from the Midwest, and so I'd probably go with Sakai and Koyona on that, just because I don't know why it just seems like they're just thrown together. I don't think they'll have any chemistry. And Julia and Sierra, that'll be a very interesting one. I did commentary for Julia's, I believe, was it her one and only match with MAW before she went down to the Nightmare Factory. And yeah, it's very eye-opening to see, we'd be talking about this totally differently if it was Julia versus Sierra in 2019.
Yeah.
But
sure.
The way it stands right now, Julia is she's probably the most notable Academy graduate so far. Maybe Gable can catch her though. But yeah, she's most notable graduate by far right now. So she's 10 shoulders above. Sierra's biting up, and that's so weird to say, but yeah, Julia.
Weren't you two in the same class?
Her and Paul started together. I technically started with JD and Coda and Sebastian Taylor and all those folks, but I got a knee injury, so I technically did, because when I came back, I started with them, and it was kind of like starting all over from scratch. So I kind of did start with them too. Not really, but yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And lastly, Nick Wayne, GDX.
Mm.
What do you guys think? Who's going out on top on that one?
I'm gonna have to go with my boy JDX on that one. JDX has been killing it, having 5-star classics with the likes of Takeshita, ACH. Like the list goes on and on and on. The guy's a 5-star classic machine. There's nobody JDX. You can't put JDX in the ring with anybody and he won't have a 5-star classic. And so honestly, I think I gotta go with JDX straight up.
I personally agree. I'm gonna also go with JDX. And congratulations to him for his 5-year anniversary in wrestling. So, that's pretty awesome. This would be a great way to cap that off for him. And congratulations to him for being from Chicago, which makes him great in general.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just given, I know Nick Wayne's a big star, but I don't know him a whole lot. But I'm gonna have to go with I'm going with the JDX on this. Just been like the catch the match, that was really awesome. His leaps on just dark and every AEW dark, and just I think just one of the biggest returns to the Midwest. I think that was really cool. So I think JDX is gonna win this one.
System, what do you think?
Now you guys are gonna have to help me out here. So when JDX came back to MAW, I know he beat ACH. That wasn't through MAW. Lost to Takeshka. How do you do against Speedball Mike Bailey? Can someone remind me there?
Came up short.
Yeah.
What happened?
Speedball did the 60 knees thing, his finisher.
JDX has got a lot of big talent in the few matches he's done in MAW. I just kind of want to recap. You run the thing, Craig. You should know.
What?
Well, it seems to me he's not winning all of these big matches he's receiving in MAW. He's winning them elsewhere, but it seems like lately he hasn't been pulling out the W. He's getting the names, but is he following through? He certainly didn't with Takeshka. And you could say that was a great match, but last I checked, this is independent wrestling, and this is about wins and losses. And I think he lost to that man. And so Nick Wayne already got an AEW contract. He ain't even 18 years old yet. And he's coming in not just as like a circus act, haha, see your thing. I think that'll be a big proving ground for him, and to actually, show his worth. It's one thing to have a great aesthetically pleasing match. It's another thing to actually win. So for right now, I'm going to go with Nick Wayne.
Okay. Yeah, that's
okay. I think that's the whole card.
I think that is, yeah.
Is there any predictions on the system versus? I'm not going to go there.
I think we've said all we have to say about
what do you guys want to happen?
Wait, I didn't want to open that.
What do you guys want to happen? Well, okay, no, you can't. That's right. You can't talk. Don't talk bad to him. He'll do what he does to me.
I would just say, system, if you beat Mr.
He'll
Sager,
replace your spot with Levi. And
Bullet. Are we going to Canes? Are we going to Canes afterwards? If you beat Mr. Sager?
I mean, shout out to Mad Levi Lee, honestly.
Wow.
Like, let's not sleep on it. Like, he's been an active member in the comments. He has been working very hard at the academy, so shout out to him.
He was vocal last Monday with 8, so He's getting noticed by Indy Talk too. So
Shout out to Matt Levi Lee. I can't wait to see him on Indy Talk.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like he definitely deserves a lot. There's a few people I would personally just shout out right now that I feel like, work really hard, but the list is pretty long.
Here's another thing no one wanted to ask my opinion about, but on those MAW Warriors tapings,
I asked.
big shout out to Ken Anderson.
Oh yeah.
100% of that card. Well,
he does get a lot of credit.
Over 90% of that card was all his students. Who turned you guys from someone off the street into a wrestler?
Yeah.
That show would not happen without him, and that was his damn facility. MAW Warriors, if it's going to work the way it worked that last taping, I'd say that's way more Ken's taping than, say, your taping, Craig.
That's fair. Absolutely. Wouldn't have had it if he didn't allow us that facility. So, Ken, thank you. Mean that.
Yeah.
So,
and there's a lot of guys like ready for MAW and a lot of guys that are like scratching the surface there. And I was that guy for quite a long time. And it turned into a lot longer time because I got injured. But it seems there's a lot of guys that skip past it. They get in somewhere and they skip past the part of trying to get past Ken's blessing. But if you can get that and go off and then get in here with MAW, it's done the world to me. It's done the world to Rampage. It's done the world to anybody that's on that graduate page. And I don't know. I shout out to Ken Anderson.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And the Academy.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I think that was everything that we wanted to cover. Just getting the scoop of or we wanted to get your in-depth feelings of each other on the show. I know this through the actual MAW shows, it's kind of little segments, but we're able to get your full thoughts on here and hopefully we will see the outcome of the match tomorrow, Saturday at the Grand Slam 4 Women and Nations.
4:30 meet and greet.
Oh yeah,
7 o'clock bell time. Tickets are still on sale. Front row and floor seats are sold out. So it's all bleacher. $12 online, $15 at the door.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I was gonna ask that too. Okay. But yeah, I think that's a good wrap up. Thanks guys for being on the show at least for Indy Talk, the second ever face off, the first ever dual podcast with Indy Talk and Fresh and Lena's Banging Podcast. I was about to say right there, but I gotta but yeah, it's this was definitely good to get the inside scoop, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. So I think
see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Keep on doing what you're doing, guys. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Jared, I like your mustache, by the way.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, eat shit, Craig.
All see each other tomorrow.
Okay.
Jesse will be there too.
Hey, can I say that to Fresh?
What's that?
Said eat shit, Craig. It's like I say that to Fresh. Hey, Fresh, eat shit.
Yeah, Craig, get used to a lot of this tomorrow.
Okay.
I think the strings are
You're
going to
be
break.
looking up at it. Hold on. It's not going to be like, it's going to be like this.
Good over.
It's going to be like this.
Oh god.
Oh my.
Make sure he doesn't do that, Sager.
We'll see. Tomorrow.
Right back at you. Classy.
Yeah. All right, fans, we're gonna sign off. Thanks for joining, and well, actually, for Indy Talk, we'll see in a little bit. We got 2 more stars that we want to get the scoop on about MAW too. So join that in a little bit.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you for a minute of time.
All right.